Today is Sunday, August 23rd, 2015. Sunday, August 23rd, 2015. And this is another video right here. The newest that was released by right here, the Center for Medical Progress, exposing Planned Parenthood, and I call them Nazi PP, Planned Parenthood, because what they're doing the same thing that they did in Nazi Germany when they use adults as experiments, killing people and using them for scientific experiments. Same thing what they did in Nazi Germany, it's happening here in Nazi fascist Babylon, America. And these witches, they're not doctors that work at Planned Parenthood. They may call themselves doctors, but they're not doctors. That a real doctor helps humans and is for life. These are not doctors. This woman right here on this video working for Planned Parenthood, she's working for Satan, the devil, and they're killing babies. And if people don't get upset and angry about this, because I find this very disturbing, and I am very upset and I am disturbed about this, about murder of babies. And what they're doing now, they're waiting till just about late-term abortion, and they're cutting out the brain out of the baby while it's still alive, while the baby's heart is still beating. And I'm going to prove this to you on this video. And I'm making this video to get truth out. This is to expose these bastards. These bastards, excuse me, these bastards working for Planned Parenthood, they're going to burn in hell. I'm going to share this report right below the video. I'm going to share this. This is the newest video that got released from Planned Parenthood. It was just released, published on August 19th, 2015. For immediate release, Planned Parenthood killing babies and selling baby parts. Planned Parenthood aborted baby's heart that was still beating in late-term organ harvesting case. And I'm going to show this video soon, so you can actually hear what Holly O'Donnell, that used to work for Planned Parenthood, she's whistleblowing and sharing what she actually experienced. And she couldn't work there anymore after she seen what was actually taking place. And she exposes and shares what's really going on, taking place at Planned Parenthood. Whistleblower who harvested aborted baby parts inside Planned Parenthood's clinics for StemExpress describes most difficult experience I had there, unquote, in latest documentary episode. Then it gives the contact information email, and a phone number here below the video. And I will post all this information below the video. Please read it, share it, please get it out. Let other people know what's going on. This nation is going to be judged severely. Jesus is going to judge this nation. In Los Angeles, August 19th, the third episode in a new documentary web series and seventh video on Planned Parenthood's supply of aborted fetal tissue tells a former procurement technician harrowing story of harvesting an intact baby brain from a late-term male fetus whose heart was still beating after the abortion. It goes on saying here, the human capital, quote, human capital, profit, making money off of black marketed baby organs for scientific experimentation. The Human Capital documentary web series produced by the Center for Medical Progress integrates expert interviews, eyewitness accounts, and real-life undercover interactions to explore different themes within Planned Parenthood, sale of aborted fetal tissue. Episode 3, Planned Parenthood's custom abortions for superior product, launches today and then it gives a link, and I'll post that link below the video when I get done in the description box below this video. The series focuses on the personal narrative of Holly O'Donnell, that used to work for a former blood and tissue procurement technician. Holly O'Donnell, she used to work for StemExpress. She was a biotech startup that until last week was partnered with two large Northern California Planned Parenthood affiliates to purchase their aborted fetus parts and resell them for scientific experimentation. Holly O'Donnell describes the harvesting of procurement of organs from a nearly intact late-term fetus aborted at Planned Parenthood Marmontes Alameda Clinic in San Jose, California. Quote, she says, "I want to see something kind of cool," unquote. Holly O'Donnell says her supervisor asked her, quote, and she taps the heart of the baby and it starts beating. And I'm sitting here, Holly O'Donnell says, and I'm looking at this baby fetus and its heart is still beating. And I don't know what to think, unquote, she says. The San Jose Planned Parenthood does abortions up to 20 weeks of pregnancy, referring to the beating heart of the aborted fetus. Holly O'Donnell comments on this. Holly O'Donnell says, "I don't know if that constitutes it's technically dead or if it's alive. It also goes on here saying, state and federal law require that the same treatment be given to an infant born alive after an abortion as to a normally delivered baby under state and federal law 1 USC Code 8, California Health and Safety Code 123435. California law also prohibits any kind of experimentation on a baby fetus with a discernible heartbeat. California Health and Safety Code 123440. StemExpress has been cited in published scientific literature as a source of fetal hearts used for Langendorf perfusion, which keeps a heart beating after it is excised from the body. There's another link, and I will post all these links below the video. Holly O'Donnell also tells how her StemExpress supervisor instructed her to cut through the face of the fetus in order to get to the baby's brain. Quote, she gave me the scissors and told me that I had to cut down the middle of the face. I can't even describe what that feels like, she says. I'm going to stop reading there, and I want to share something here. I want to prove now, next, this is on another website link. It's on Daily Mail. It's an article on Daily Mail. I actually ran into this several months ago, and I did save the link. So this has been out for a while now. There's a woman that this baby was not murdered or killed. This woman, she had her baby at just 19 weeks. And I'm going to show you the photos. Let me show you these photos right here. This woman, this baby was not killed. This woman had little Walter, they even named it, little Walter. There it is right there they're holding it. She's holding it. Right there in her hand, right there. This is a life. This is a life that Jesus created. This is a miracle. This is a life. Look at that little precious little baby. And Planned Parenthood is murdering, slaughtering, the killing of babies ever since Roe versus Wade here in the United States. Look at that right there. There's little Walter. And he didn't make it. He was born prematurely. And there's the father holding him in his hands right there. The father of the baby right here in this photo. There's little Walter right there. And I'm also going to post this link. It's going to be one of the top links right below the video of little Walter. Please pass this on. I hope and I pray that if there's any people that watch this video, and if you're thinking about murdering or killing a baby, I hope and pray that this video will change your heart and not kill that baby It's a life. Life is precious. It was created by Jesus. Jesus is God. There's little Walter. He didn't make it. He was born 19 weeks too early. And Planned Parenthood is cutting through the head of the baby while it's still alive and the heart is still beating, and they're taking out the brain and the heart and all the different organs, and they're reselling the organs of a life of a baby. Human life, it means nothing. It means nothing to Planned Parenthood. The people working for Planned Parenthood, they're not even human. I don't know what to call them. Their father is of Satan. Their father is of Satan. They're working for Satan doing this. It's unbelievable. This is unbelievable. There's little Walter's tiny little feet, and his head, and his nose, and his eyes, and his feet. And I'm going to go back to this and share more about this story here in a little bit. There's another picture of Walter. I want to show those photos. Let me go back up, and I want to show those let me scroll back up. I want to show them pictures again. There's little Walter right there on these photos. And I'm going to post the link of this story on Mail Online. And I'm showing you these photos so you could see, you could tell it's a human, it's alive. A baby is important just as much as anyone else. It's a life. It has a soul, has a spirit. It's alive. It's a life. It's precious. And they're being murdered and slaughtered just like what they're doing in Nazi Germany. We're having a silent Holocaust here in America. America's going to be judged, people. America is going to be judged very harshly. There's baby Walter. The nose, the eyes, the mouth, the hands, arms, elbow right there of the baby, the fingers right there, perfectly formed life of a baby at 19 weeks. And if this doesn't make people upset and angry, then you don't have no feelings. There's little tiny baby Walter at 19 weeks. And there's the mother of the baby. And this baby was not killed. This baby was born too early, prematurely. Mother shares heartbreaking photos of baby son born at just 19 weeks. Alexis Fretz went into labor when she was just 19 weeks pregnant. Her son Walter Joshua Fretz was born and died in her arms. Her husband took photographs of the tiny baby, and Fretz shared her story and pictures on her blog. She wanted to share the story with family and friends in her small town and not have the agony of retelling the traumatic experience. The story spread much further afield, and has been shared by thousands around the world. Fretz says she hopes the story of her son Walter can help open up discussion about preterm labor and miscarriage, which affect more than 1 million women in America each year. Little baby Walter that didn't make it, he was prematurely born at 19 weeks. It says here, a Pennsylvania mother who gave birth to her son, 19 weeks, posted her story and photographs on her blog to share with friends and family. But her brave choice has spread way beyond her immediate circle to bring comfort to other grieving mothers. Alexis Fretz was 30 years old and 19 weeks pregnant with her third child when she began bleeding lightly. Not overly worried, she called her midwife as a precaution, was advised to head to the emergency room in Kokomo, Indiana hospital for a checkup. By the end of the day, her son Walter had been born and died in her arms. And then it shows here, gives a warning to distressing content. And here's the photo where the mother is holding little tiny Walter. See that picture right there? That's precious. That means something. Jesus created, that's a human life right there. That's something very special. It's not a piece of garbage as Planned Parenthood it treats them like they're nothing, like they're useless, like human life is nothing to these Nazi scumbags working in Planned Parenthood. These people in Planned Parenthood, they're going to burn in hell. They're guilty for murder of these babies. Perfectly formed, Alexis Fretz holds the tiny hand of her son Walter. And here's another photo. You can see there's the mother. Precious moments. Fretz holds her son, who was born after she went into labor while only 19 weeks pregnant. And there's little tiny Walter. Beautiful baby, isn't it? Precious. It's a life. And Planned Parenthood is killing these babies. Fretz, it goes on, it says, Fretz had no inkling that the day which began with a pedicure and lunch with a friend and bride-to-be, whose wedding she was supposed to photograph the following day, would end in such devastating loss. In a waiting room in a hospital, Fretz was given 3 glasses of water to drink in preparation for an ultrasound. Soon after, she began to feel the first twinges of pain. It goes on saying, I need to go back up here. A few minutes after 6 p.m., I knew I was in labor. There was no doubt in my mind, wrote Fretz on her blog. Nurses were skeptical, and she was finally taken for her ultrasound at 7 p.m. Fretz felt heartened when the technician found a heartbeat, but soon her bleeding increased and the pain of her contractions intensified. Look at that. Isn't that precious? A beautiful baby there. The hands, the fingers, the arms, the legs, the feet, the toes right there, the eyes, the nose, the mouth. Little baby Walter. Precious little baby right there that Jesus created. Taken too soon, Walter's tiny heart was still beating as his mother and father said their goodbyes. His heart was still beating. He was born only at 19 weeks, prematurely. And there's the father again. There's the photo of the father holding this precious little baby. It's a life right there. I want to show this to prove to people that even at 19 weeks, even from day one, from the moment of conception, from the very beginning of conception, a baby, it's a fetus, it's a life. It's not a piece of junk. It's a life that Jesus created. It's very precious. There's the father again holding the baby. Joshua Fretz, the father, and his wife Alexis say being able to hold their son and say goodbye has helped their healing process. The ultrasound technician told her husband when Fretz was out of the room, "I'm sorry, and I don't want her to see me crying, but I will be praying for you." At this point, there was no break between the contractions. Just as one finished, another would start. And I knew that I was at the end. I didn't give up hope, but in my heart of hearts, I knew I was losing my baby. At some point, the PA came in and said, "Your fetus is still viable." I seriously wanted to slap her. When the doctor checked me and sat down beside me on the bed and told me that we were going to be delivering our baby, it was the first that anyone had called him a baby. I immediately started bawling and asking if there was any other option. She wrote, Walter Joshua Fretz was born at 9:42 p.m. And there's the mother holding the baby. The Fretzes also wanted their two daughters to be able to give their last goodbyes to their longed-for brother. And there's little baby Walt. He didn't make it. Alexis Fretz says preterm labor and miscarriage aren't spoken about, and many women are given an opportunity to grieve after losing a baby early in pregnancy. She goes on saying, I was crying so hard at this point, but he was perfect. He was fully formed, and everything was there. I could see his heart beating in his tiny chest, wrote Fretz. At some point, Fretz's husband, Joshua, went to her car and retrieved the camera she was going to shoot her friend's wedding on, and took photographs of the couple's first son. I am so very glad that Joshua did that. At first, I did not want any photos, but they are the only thing I have to look back on now, Fretz wrote. I held him, cuddled him, while his heart was beating. I held him to my heart. I counted his toes and kissed his tiny little head. I will always cherish those memories that I have of him. And there's another photo of little tiny Walter. Precious, very precious, a life right there. Beloved son, Fretz says the term fetus is insulting, and that her son was a baby even though he was so tiny. Fretz shared the confronting yet touching images, not to cause controversy, but to open up discussion about a tragedy that affects more than 1 million American women each year, preterm labor. Preterm labor and infant loss is not something the public wants to talk about, says Fretz. To most people, it's not a big deal. You just try again for another baby. So they pretend it never happened and go on with their lives, while the mother and family are left in a pile of grief they don't know how to deal with. Yes, that's very true. From the moment of conception, from the very beginning, a baby is conceived. It's a human, it's a baby, it's a life. It's something very dear. It's something precious, people. Please, if you see this video that I'm making, if you're thinking about killing or aborting your baby, please think twice about it. Don't kill the baby. Please let the baby be born. It goes on, it says, it is also very common for the medical staff to take these babies away and dispose of them as medical waste. So many mothers never get to see or hold their babies, or even know if it was a boy or a girl. Fretz says she had many emails from women who have experienced miscarriage and for whom her words and pictures helped to bring healing. I'm still at shock at how much his photos have been shared and commented on in his short life of just a few minutes. He has touched more lives than I could ever have imagined. And I'm going to post the link to this, to the story, of little baby Walter right there. Now I want to go back to this new one that just got released. Human Capital, Episode 3, Planned Parenthood's Custom Abortions for Superior Product. And they're killing these babies and selling baby organs. And I went to other link. I want to show you a baby Walter, because I want to show you how perfectly a baby is formed at just 19 weeks. It's a human life. This goes on. It says here, Holly O'Donnell again on this video, and I'm going to play some of the video so you can actually hear it and watch the video. Holly O'Donnell, that she used to work for StemExpress. Her supervisor instructed her to cut through the face of the fetus in order to get the brain. Holly O'Donnell, she shares, she gave me the scissors and told me that I had to cut down the middle of the face. I can't even describe, she says, what that feels like, she says, unquote. The video also features recordings of Dr. Ben Van Handel. This guy is not a doctor. This guy is working for Satan. These people are witches. These bastards are going to burn in hell. This is not a real doctor. I don't even know why they put doctor here. They're murderers. They're murderers, slaughtering, butchering, killing babies. This is a witch. They should change it to witch. Ben Van Handel, the executive director of Novogenics Laboratories, LLC, and also a Parenthood procurement manager of Advanced Bioscience Resources Incorporated, ABR. Novogenics is the company that has harvested fetal organs from abortions done by Planned Parenthood. Federation of America's Senior Director of Medical Services, Dr. Deborah Nucatola in Los Angeles, while ABR is the oldest fetal tissue procurement company and works with Planned Parenthood in San Diego and other clinics around the country, Van Handel admits there are times when after the procedure is done that the heart actually is still beating. And Larson describes abortions she has seen where, quote, she says the fetus was already in the vaginal canal whenever we put her in the stirrups. It just fell out. CMP's project lead David Daladin notes, today's video contains heart-rending admissions about the absolute barbaric practice, the absolute barbaric practice of Planned Parenthood's abortion practice and baby part sales in which fetuses are sometimes delivered intact and alive. Planned Parenthood is a criminal organization, barbaric criminal organization from the top down, and should be immediately stripped of taxpayers funding this and prosecution for their atrocities against humanity. And the American taxpayer is funding this. And I agree, we need to defund them. We need to stop them. We need to stop abortion totally in this country. We need to stop abortion. This nation is going to be judged. Here's a video link also here And I'm going to post all these again below the video on the description box. Please, people, help me get this video out. Please favorite this video, and please share it with others. Pass it along. Please pass this along to people. Help me get this video viral. And there's a tweet there. Planned Parenthood sells body parts. I call them Nazi PP Planned Parenthood. Nazi communists in the United States that are murdering babies. And then it gives more information on the bottom here. If you want to go to this website, to centerformedicalprogress.org. Please help me get this viral. Share it with people. And I'm going to play this video. I want you to hear this. What's going on? Now, at this time, I'm going to play this video here so you can actually hear what this satanic witch here working for Nazi PP Planned Parenthood is saying about their comments about murdering babies and cutting the head open of the baby to get to the brain, to sell the baby's brain, and to get the heart out of the baby, to cut the heart out. I'm going to play this. So I want everybody to hear this.
And I knew exactly what we needed, and I kind of looked at the list, and I said, all right, this 17 major has 8 plans, and this. So I knew which were the cases that were probably more likely to yield what we needed, and I made my decisions according to that too. So it's worth having a heart at the beginning of this day, and that's what I do.
I never did, but I think I've witnessed some of the other technicians work with the doctors. I remember I was on my day off and I went on my laptop and CAM popped up and they were working, and I saw a message saying that the doctor had aborted a fully intact fetus. Fully intact, and StemExpress was sending us straight to the lab.
I literally have had women come in and they'll go in the OR and they're back out in 3 minutes. And I'm going, what's going on? Oh yeah, the fetus was already in the vaginal canal whenever we put her on the stirrups. It just fell out.
Yeah, and so if we alter our process and we are able to obtain intact fetal cadavers, then we can make it part of the budget that any dissections are this, and splitting the specimens into different shipments is this. I mean, it's all just a matter of line items.
Usually they want those hemispheres intact with brain stem, which usually doesn't happen. They'll take like an 80% intact or 70% intact. You have to contact them and see if that would be okay.
Kind of rate-limiting step of the procedure is Calvarian. Calvarian, the head is basically the weakest part. Most of the other stuff can come out of the top. Very rare to have a case that doesn't have enough diagnosis to evacuate all the other
To bring the body cavity out.
This is, let me stop this here. This is the director, doctor, she's not a doctor. This is not a doctor. She's a satanic witch doctor, Deborah Nucatola, Senior Director of Medical Services of Planned Parenthood. And she's enjoying her lunch, sipping on her wine, and it doesn't even bother her talking about murdering babies. She's just going on eating normally, like everything's normal, just business as usual. And she's eating her lunch and she's drinking wine right there. And this is the senior director of Planned Parenthood talking about how they're going to take out the fetus, how they could take it out intact. This is one sick bastard right here. She's going to be burning in hell. I don't believe that. I don't believe that they'll be. I don't believe she'll be forgiven. I don't believe somebody like this would be forgiven for what they're doing. This is sick. The way this country is going. United States Babylon, Rome, Babylon, Nazi fascist, Planned Parenthood, Nazi fascist America has blood on its hands, and this country is guilty of a lot of blood and guilt of murder of all these babies ever since Roe versus Wade. I'll play a little bit more. I don't know if I'm going to play the whole entire video. I want to show one more quick thing, and you can watch the video yourself. I'll post at the top, very top, the link for this video where you can go directly to this video in the description box below. I'll post right here the title of the video, and I will post the link in the description box below, and I'll put in the description box that this is the new video released recently. I'll play a little bit more.
Presentation, but it's not vortex. Vortex presentation. You never have enough dilation at the beginning unless you have real huge amount of dilation to deliver an intact cow area. So if you do it starting from the breech presentation, there's dilation that happens as the case goes out, and often at the last, you can evacuate an intact cow area at the end. So I mean, there are certain unique steps that can be taken.
So they can convert to breach, for example, at the start of the...
Exactly. Ultrasound guidance, they can just change it a little bit for presentation.
I was training with
Let me stop this. Let me go back. I want to explain something. When they got this video footage, the person that went undercover and was talking to the director, Deborah Nucatola, senior director of Planned Parenthood, this man goes undercover and was playing the part, acting like he was interested in purchasing and buying baby organs. So they got this undercover, this video of Deborah Nucatola, the senior director of Planned Parenthood. And right here, the proof right here on this video. This is all I'm going to play. I think I got enough proof here on this video. I want to show one more thing here. Recently, this is on Breitbart website. There were protests. There was protesting against Planned Parenthood in 70 different cities. And I'm also going to post this link so you can go directly and you can read more. I'm not going to read that much about Austin, Texas. Pro-lifers across America are gathering today, protesting to get Planned Parenthood defunded. And Obama and all the ones up in Washington D.C. are supporting this. And there were some recent protests here on the Breitbart website in over 70 cities. People are getting out, getting their voices heard. I'm scrolling down here on this website so you can see some of these photos on the Breitbart website. In over 70 different cities across the United States, protesting in different in different cities across the United States. And this is on the Breitbart website, and I will post the link here below the below this video on the description box. I'll post all the links where you can go to it, and I'll post the link for this video where you can actually listen to the entire video yourself, the newest video release. And there's one more last thing I'd like to show on the KOAA website, KOAA TV from Colorado Springs, Colorado. They also had some protesting. Let me show this image, make it larger, where you can see this is in Colorado Springs. They also had some protesting in the city of Colorado Springs to get their voices heard, to get Planned Parenthood defunded. For several years, American taxpayers, their taxes are funding Planned Parenthood. So Americans, your taxes are funding the murder of babies. And here, this is on KOAA Channel 5 from Colorado Springs. This was posted August 23rd, 2015. Hundreds show up to protest Planned Parenthood. Colorado Springs, thousands gathered across the U.S. to protest against Planned Parenthood Saturday. In Colorado Springs, roughly 600 protesters joined outside Planned Parenthood on Centennial Boulevard. They held a prayer service, then stuck around to hold up signs in protest of the government funding the Planned Parenthood clinics. Just what I got done saying. Protesters said they've been against abortions and Planned Parenthood for years, but the recent videos that some say proves body parts of babies are being sold for profit took their protests to another level. And I will post this link, and I'll post this Breitbart link and also this link for this video. Please favorite this video, and if you could please share it with others. I am the Blue Raven here, and today is Sunday, August 23rd, 2015. Sunday, August 23rd, 2015.